What's going on, you guys? Now, as you all may know, we live in a world where nothing is secret anymore. You can look up anything on the internet, anything coming out in the next 5 to 10 years, movie-wise. And even scripts being developed, or drafts of scripts being developed, or even directors signing on to write a draft or a concept to a film they're about to make. Now, every once in a while, you'll get these movies like 10 Cloverfield Lane or Split, where we didn't know these movies were being filmed, or we had no idea how they would end up, and there would be that big twist at the end. So, with all that being said, let's get to why Alien 3 had a huge missed opportunity. Now, I'm going off here. I don't have no piece of paper or writing or nothing. I'm just kind of spitballing and making this up as I go along. I rewatched Alien 3 not too long ago, and as I was watching, I thought about going behind the scenes. Now, this movie had went through a whole shit ton of disasters behind the scenes, up to the point where David Fincher was almost like, fuck this, everybody's blaming this on me. I mean, the studio, if you watch behind the scenes on this movie, it is crazy because they had a release date before they didn't have a script. They started building sets for what they've written before, but then the writing had changed, and then the direction of what they wanted to do had changed. But we're not going to go into all that. I'm going to kind of just give my idea about what could have happened and what opportunity was missed. So we're not going to go into that. That's for another video. But as I was watching the extras and I heard some of the concepts of what they were going for, like some type of monk ministry where they looked at Ripley's crash as like some sign from the gods, where they seen this fireball come crashing down, which was the ship that Ripley, Hicks, and Newt were in, and they kind of seen this as like a sign from the gods. And then they kind of seen the xenomorph that was with them as some type of dragon or devil. So I'm just kind of like going to piggyback on that. While I was watching that, and all these flashes come in my brain like, holy shit, they could have made the best movie ever. Okay, besides the monks keeping the same exact story with the prisoners, not being so gothic with it, but I mean, I'm split down the middle about the movie anyway, but it is watchable and I do enjoy it for what it is. So imagine the same planet, the same storyline, but not told from the perspective of Ripley herself. More of told from the prisoner's point of view, or maybe a specific prisoner could have been our main focus, our main character. That is not even the best part. Now, okay, so what is the one problem with all the movies nowadays? You know too much information about them. You know when they're coming out. Like I said at the beginning of the video, you know everything. You know almost down to the T, and you can speculate about what's going to happen. What are the best kind of movies that you could ever watch? Ones that you didn't know were coming or were disguised as something else. Okay, with all that being said, what are the best kind of movies to watch nowadays? The kind that you didn't know were coming out, or kind of snuck up out of nowhere and were being filmed secretly off to the side. This is very hard to do nowadays because everything is being leaked online, or we have phones. You can take pictures behind the scenes. Everything gets leaked. But back then, it would have been a perfect opportunity to open this. We didn't have many movies back then to do this, to kind of sneak up out of nowhere and be something they're not. Kind of like 10 Cloverfield Lane, kind of come up out of nowhere and had like 4 months until its release date. They released the trailer really late, which was fucking genius. You could have disguised this movie as a B-rated monster flick of these prisoners on this planet. You didn't even have to say it wasn't Earth, and you could have disguised it. The trailer could have even covered all that, basically from the point of view of the prisoners, seeing that something crashed down, and where did it come from, and something is picking off these prisoners one at a time, and kind of concealing the fact that Sigourney Weaver was even in the film. It could have been disguised as Alien 3 without saying it was Alien 3 at all. They could have had like a cover name up until the point it came out. And they could have used like these shots for whenever it's basically the Jaws factor, where you don't see it. It's more scary of what you don't see. So up until the point of the movie, the trailers won't show the xenomorph at all. They won't even hint at it. People will have the idea, but they won't know exactly about what kind of movie this is. And I just think that interest would have been piqued at that time, because that's back in early 90s and even the late 80s, this concept wasn't it wasn't a very used concept of concealing what movies were up until the point they come out. They kind of just wanted a big spectacle, wanted to be very theatrical, and I just think the fact how this movie was filmed and how gothic it was, they could have used that approach and that tone because the tone kind of fit an indie movie, and I think they should have went in this direction. I honestly think it would have been a huge benefit on the movie's behalf, and I think it would have been more widely spread and more liked as a film, more of an independent film. And some more stuff could have been tweaked, but all in all, I don't know, you guys. I mean, I thought that would have been a very interesting. I just want to share my thoughts and opinions. I just thought that would have been a very interesting concept if they would have went that route. But that about does it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. If you guys, I want to know you guys' opinions on this. If that would have been pretty cool. Obviously, we can't go back in time and change anything, and neither can David Fincher. He did make the best movie in my in his defense. He did make the best movie that he could have made with what the studio kind of put on him and all the pressure he was under. But that's going to just about do it for the day, you guys. If you want to leave your thoughts in the comment sections and tell me what you guys think, if you think that would have been a very interesting concept, or do you think it would have been too radical for the time? If you guys are seeing this video and you are new to this channel, you can go ahead and subscribe if you'd like to, and you can go ahead and hit that bell for reminders on other videos like this and much, much more. Oh, and by the way, have a good day.